Does it matter whether a high school student sees a live performance? I would have to say that yes, it really does. It can change lives. I was a very quiet student, and in high school had an opportunity to see the Anna Wyman Dance Company passing through my hometown of North Bay. And I was there because of a discounted ticket. I don't remember how much it was. I barely remember how I got it. I was working on a performance, actually. It was through a dance teacher that made the arrangements. And it took me about 20 years to realize it, to fully realize it. But that one experience really changed my life.
What can you do for $5?
What can you do for $5?
What can you do with $5?
There are so many different kinds of performances that you can see. You can see everything from comedy, musicals, plays. There's a symphony, there's ballet, and all different kinds of dance. There's contemporary and classical music. There's choral singers and choirs. And it's everything from amateur shows and performers to professional touring shows. So you get something of everything. There's even famous people like Bill Cosby who come and do shows. So there's something for everyone.
eyeGO.
eyeGO.
eyeGO. eyeGO.
eyeGO.
eyeGO to the arts, you can too.
Well, I think one of the best things about eyeGO is if you compare it to the other main source of teenage entertainment today, and that would be the movies. When you usually go to the movies with your friends, it costs you like $11.50 by the time you're done. And with eyeGO, you can take a whole bunch of your friends. It costs you $5 each. And what you're seeing in front of you is something that's completely raw. When you go to the movies, it's been edited, it's been put in front of test audiences. Studios will edit out all the things they don't like, and you don't really get what the director originally intended, although you do get some idea of it. Whereas with theater, there's none of that. It's just exactly what you saw. If someone falls down on the stage, you can hear it. It vibrates through the air. If something explodes, you can kind of smell the smoke. There's this whole different atmosphere to live theater, and it's great with eyeGO because it's cheaper and it's more addictive, and there's almost like a magical spark to it that you just don't get with that movie, with the whole screen and everything. And I'd say that's one of the best things about the eyeGO program.
What can you do for $5?
eyeGO.
eyeGO. eyeGO. eyeGO.
eyeGO to the arts. You can too.
One of the really neat things about my job as outreach coordinator for eyeGO is that I get to go into the high schools and talk to high school students and tell them about the program. And oftentimes they tell me stories about eyeGO and using eyeGO and how cool it was and how neat it was to see something live. And that's a really inspiring process, and it's so great to hear from them and their experiences.
Well, the role that got me started into acting was Oliver, right here, center in the square. And it was an eyeGO performance, and a bunch of my friends came to see it. And it inspired me to continue in acting, and it was amazing.
It's one thing if you're selling tickets for shows that you aren't normally selling. But of course, we've discovered the same thing that I guess we should have figured from the beginning. Young people want to see the popular shows too. And we didn't want the program to be designed about that you had to sit in the back row or you had to do something like that. We wanted everybody to have equal access, but we wanted to level the playing field so that a young person had the same buying power as somebody older, more wealthy. So $5 for a high school kid and $75 for me. And what we discovered, to our joy and delight, is that given an opportunity where the young people have the choice to make the decision themselves, they choose some incredible stuff. And I'm convinced in a small way we have provided that special opportunity for young people to acquire a taste. And I'm convinced that it's a lifelong skill.
Okay, why the Youth Council is a good thing for teens is because it offers opportunities to high school kids to take on leadership roles. It allows people to get involved with arts when they might not be able to get the chance elsewhere. We get to meet a lot of new people from different age groups and backgrounds who all have a love for the arts. It helps us to express our ideas in an art-driven setting, and it shows us how to work on team projects and make our ideas into realities.
eyeGO. eyeGO. eyeGO.
eyeGO.
eyeGO to the arts.
You can too.
The thing that excited me about it as an educator in performing arts was the prospect that this was a way to work towards developing the audience of tomorrow. A number of performing companies all across the country have expressed similar concerns about where is the next audience coming from. And obviously, young people are the way that we will be able to develop an audience for the performing arts. So it was that opportunity to work towards that that appealed to me about eyeGO and why I became involved initially. The other thing that I think is so great about eyeGO is the Youth Council and that aspect of our work. Through the formation of youth councils, we make a very direct connection to students in the schools. And since eyeGO's success is founded on an individual student making an individual choice to attend a performing arts event, these youth councils are really, really significant way to involve young people in the performing arts area, and not necessarily as a career choice, but involving them just as participants, as audience members. And so I see that as an important aspect of eyeGO's work as well.
I go to the arts, you can too.